what if the strongest proof of love isn't loud at all? What if it doesn't arrive with fireworks, trophies raised on stage, or speeches under spotlights, but instead arrives quietly, through millions of fingers tapping the same name over and over again across the world? Because at the beginning of 2026, something extraordinary unfolded. And once again, it was Jin. Not because he demanded attention, not because he chased the moment, but because people chose him, deliberately, passionately, and together. At the 2025 Heart Choice Awards, Jin didn't just win an award. He became the center of a global heartbeat. This wasn't a panel of judges. This wasn't industry insiders or critics deciding what mattered. This was 100% fan voting. From December 23, 2025 to January 4, 2026, fans across continents logged in, voted, refreshed, voted again, each click a small act of devotion, each vote a quiet statement. This artist matters to me. And when the final results were announced, Jin stood at the top of the Solo Artist Choice category, earning 1,295 points in the face of intense competition. That number isn't just data. It represents time, effort, coordination, and belief. It represents nights stayed awake, alarms set for voting windows, fans reminding each other, encouraging each other, moving as one. Because when Jin is on the ballot, his supporters don't hesitate. They show up. The Heart Choice Awards were held under the theme, The Choice of the Year Completed with Hearts. And there is something deeply poetic about that. Because Jin's career has always been built on connection, on sincerity, on the kind of presence that doesn't fade when the music stops. This win didn't come from hype alone. It came from trust. Trust built over years of consistency, of warmth, of an artist who never forgets the people watching him grow. And then came the next moment, the one that turns emotion into something you can see. On January 26th, Jin's first place reward advertisement will appear on the COX Superior Tower billboard in Seoul, one of the busiest, most iconic locations in the city, now carrying a message sent by fans from all over the world. A massive screen, a single name, and millions of hearts behind it. It's not just an ad, it's a public thank you, a visual reminder that global love doesn't stay online, it rises into the skyline. But what makes this moment truly powerful is that it didn't stand alone. At nearly the same time, Jin also won the Male Popularity Award at the 40th Golden Disc Awards, another honor decided entirely by fans. Different platform, different voting period, same outcome, two separate events, two separate timelines, one undeniable truth. Jin's influence isn't situational. It's sustained. This back-to-back recognition revealed something important, not only about Jin, but about the people who support him. The fandom didn't scatter its energy. It didn't lose focus. Instead, it moved with clarity and intention. When it was time to vote, they knew exactly who they were voting for and why. And that speaks volumes. Because popularity can be fleeting, but loyalty is built. Jin's solo journey has been defined by quiet strength. He's expanded his musical spectrum without abandoning his identity. He's grown without losing the warmth that made people fall for him in the first place. Every solo activity added another layer, another reason to stay, another reason to believe. And now as BTS prepares for their full group comeback on March 20th, the timing couldn't be more meaningful. Jin doesn't return as someone unchanged. He returns as an artist who has proven beyond doubt that he can stand alone and still be chosen. So, anticipation isn't just about new music anymore. It's about curiosity. What version of Jin will step forward next? How will his solo growth shape the group's next chapter? What kind of energy does someone bring back after being lifted so high by pure fan love? One thing is already clear. When people are asked to choose, when it's hearts against the world, when nothing but sincerity decides the outcome, they choose Jin. Again and again and again. And that choice, quiet, powerful, unwavering, is what makes this moment unforgettable.